Hi and welcome to Living on the Tyne. Today I'm going to tell you about the Tyne Tunnel, which runs under the River Tyne in the northeast of England, and its history. I even had a run-in with security, but more on that later. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So let me just get this out of the way, and if you head down to the Tyne Tunnel for any kind of recording inside of the facility, do request to get permission, as they will put signs up either side of the tunnel saying that there is recording in progress. And the reason they do this is anyone who might be in a vulnerable position, if they are walking through the tunnel, they have nowhere to go and they may not want to be on camera. It could also compromise someone's security. The two security guards on duty were really nice and explained what needed to be done, and even provided me with some history and what is planned for these pedestrian tunnels in the future, and that can be for a future video. So with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. The Tyne Tunnel connects the town of Jarrow on the south bank of the river with North Shields and Wallsend on the northern side. It is part of the A19 road, which is a major route for commuters and travellers in the region. But how did this tunnel come to be, and what challenges did it face along the way? The idea of building a tunnel under the Tyne dates back to 1937, when the Durham and Northumberland county councils proposed a scheme for 3 tunnels, one for vehicles, one for pedestrians, and one for cyclists. The plan was approved by the Ministry of Transport in 1943 and received royal assent in 1946. However, due to post-war restrictions on capital expenditure, the construction of the vehicle tunnel was delayed until 1961. The first Tyne vehicle tunnel was built by Edmund Nuttall Limited and was opened by Queen Elizabeth II on the 19th of October 1967. It was 1 mile long and was 31 feet 3 inches wide. It had 2 single lanes of traffic in opposing directions with a speed limit of 30 miles an hour. It was designed to handle 25,000 vehicles per day and cost £9 million to build. The original toll for cars was 2 shillings and 6 pence, 12.5 pence in today's money. The first Tyne vehicle tunnel was a remarkable achievement, but it soon became clear that it was not enough to cope with the growing traffic demand. In 2004, the Tyne and Wear Integrated Transport Authority launched a scheme to build a second vehicle tunnel slightly to the east of the existing one. The project cost $139 million and involved digging a new tunnel, refurbishing the old one, and building a new approach roads and toll plazas. The second Tyne vehicle tunnel was opened on the 18th of July 2012 by Her Majesty the Queen, with 1 lane in each direction. It has a speed limit of 40 miles an hour and can handle up to 40,000 vehicles per day. The toll for cars was £1.90, but today it's £2.20. The second tunnel allowed the original tunnel to close for renovation, which included installing a safety corridor throughout its length. In November 2021, they transitioned to their open road tolling system, and they are now carrying around 60,000 vehicles per day. Their project to introduce open road tolling was the biggest project undertaken since the construction and opening of the second tunnel. The Tyne vehicle tunnels are now part of a modern and efficient transport system that serves millions of people every year. They are operated by TT2 Limited, a private company that manages the toll collection and maintenance of the tunnels. The tunnels are monitored by CCTV camera and have emergency phones and fire extinguishers at regular intervals. They also have ventilation fans that keep the air quality within acceptable levels. But what about the other two tunnels that were part of the original scheme? Well, they were actually built before the vehicle tunnel, and they are still in use today. The Tyne Pedestrian and Cycle tunnels were opened in 1951 as Britain's first purpose-built cycling tunnel. They run parallel to each other under the river between Howden and Jarrow. They are each 900 feet long and are 10 feet and 6 inches wide. The pedestrian and cycle tunnels were hailed as a contribution to the Festival of Britain, a national celebration of British culture and achievements after World War II. They were used by 20,000 people a day, mostly workers who crossed the river to get to their jobs at shipyards and factories. The tunnels have two sets of escalators at each end, which were then the longest single-rise escalators in the world. The pedestrian and cycle tunnels are free to use and are open 7 days a week between 6 AM and 8 PM. The tunnels are currently undergoing a major refurbishment, which involves replacing the old wooden escalators with inclined lifts, repairing structural damage, and installing new lighting and signage. Once these inclined lifts are operational, the old wooden escalators will no longer be able to be used. However, you will be able to see the inner workings of these escalators with the new lighting. Can you believe it? When they did the repairs and maintenance, they found a lot of cigarette butts which people had just discarded on the wooden escalators. It's absolutely beyond belief, and luckily there has not been a major fire. The Tyne pedestrian and cyclist tunnels are now listed buildings that preserve an important part of the region's industrial heritage. They are also popular attractions for tourists and locals alike who enjoy walking or cycling through them. The Tyne Tunnel is a remarkable example of how engineering can overcome natural barriers and connect people and places. It is also a testament to the vision and perseverance of the people who planned, built and maintained it over the years. The Tyne Tunnel is more than just a transport link, it is a symbol of the region's identity and culture. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the Tyne Tunnel, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the Tyne Tunnel, or if there's other topics you would like me to cover in the future. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. You get a good view of the River Tyne from this side of the river.